Daemon X Machina is a mission-based game that's reminiscent of Mech Warriors, only much less noodly. Ammo seems abundant, you don't have to worry about heat, and you can fly. It also reminds me a bit of the multiplayer shooter Tribes, both of which are good things, as they were great games in their own way. You start off with a fairly standard character creation screen. You're told you were given some brain implants or something and are sent off in a giant robot to shoot down some AI drones, tanks, and turrets. The tutorial level was very linear, and it gives you the opportunity to get used to the controls and HUD in an environment where it's nearly impossible to fail. Next, they throw you right into a mission with a city under siege, and you're sent off to protect one section of it. The game seemed to run just fine in TV mode, with no lags or dropped frames or any weirdness. The one issue I had was that tracking enemies was a bit difficult, as they tend to blend in with the terrain. And sometimes the only reason I knew a guy was there was because there was a big green or red box around. The reticle is very forgiving, meaning that precise aiming isn't always necessary, which is good with so much happening on screen at once. And once you get an automatic weapon, if there's a bad guy in your sights, your gun just starts going off by itself, which makes it very satisfying to mow down a bunch of trash mobs. Don't get me wrong, even in demo form, this game seems to have an adequate level of difficulty, with the third mission giving me some trouble near the end, before I managed to salvage enough parts and gain enough money to augment myself and my mech to a sufficiently high level. Which brings me to the next topic, progression. From what I can see of the lab and the hangar, the two places where you upgrade yourself and your mech, there seems to be quite a bit you can do to customize your character and your mech, with what looks like space for more than one mech at a time, teasing at what might be a very large game to come. The augmentations you make to yourself are purchased with currency, whereas the mech upgrades are salvaged from downed AI-controlled mechs you need to harvest parts from mid-battle. This game, however, seems to suffer a bit from excessive dialogue at times, which is what put me off of Valkyria Chronicles 4, which, despite its great gameplay, the cutscenes tend to drag on a bit, with not much more to look at than some talking heads with text. Don't get me wrong, I love a good story, but there has to be a better way than this. The NPCs seem very well fleshed out, and their dialogue makes each one of them seem unique. I haven't listened to the English voiceover actors, but the Japanese voice actors seem to do a good job with their line delivery. Despite how much fun I had flying around in a giant robot, shooting other giant robots in an urban environment, I don't know how much replay value a game like this might have, so I think this is a title I'll hold off on until I find out how long the game actually is. One thing that would make this game infinitely replayable would be multiplayer. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find all my social media in the links below, and until next time, take it easy.